glitch physics, Mandela effects, NPC behavior, and the collapse of rendered reality. Welcome back. I am Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and this is the introduction to the series Simulation Theory or Prompt Theory. Some anomalies don't belong to superstition or memory failure. They belong to physics, and possibly to code. The deeper you look into the phenomena commonly dismissed as coincidence or faulty memory, the more reality starts behaving like an unstable interface. In this video, we explore what happens when the rendered simulation begins to falter. From the Mandela effect to NPC behavior and uncanny synchronicities, these glitches don't point to a broken world. They point to a programmed one. The Mandela effect, memory, or multiverse. The term Mandela effect was born from a shared false memory that Nelson Mandela died in prison in the 1980s, even though he lived until 2013. The theory didn't stop with one headline. It spread into pop culture, language, and childhood memory. People swear they remember Berenstain Bears, not Berenstain. Others recall Mirror, Mirror on the Wall, only to discover it never existed in the Disney script. Brands like Febreze and Looney Tunes appear altered, as if the timeline itself has been overwritten. Mainstream explanations dismiss this as collective false memory or misremembered detail. But collective memory drift does not explain the emotional certainty people report, nor the volume of identical recollections across populations who've never interacted. The Mandela effect hints at something deeper, a re-rendering of past data in a system that may not be fixed at all. In simulation terms, it's simple. Memory is not a passive archive. It's part of your render. When the system updates or your consciousness slips timelines, old assets may mismatch. That misalignment is not an error in your mind. It may be an inconsistency in the code. Code in the equations. In 2017, theoretical physicist James Gates discovered something bizarre while working with string theory. He found embedded error-correcting codes, specifically, the same kinds of codes used in digital systems to detect and repair data corruption. These weren't metaphorical or poetic comparisons. They were literal digital protocols woven into the math that governs reality. The presence of these codes raises one crucial implication. If reality contains built-in correction mechanisms, then it behaves like a programmed environment. In computing, those mechanisms exist to stabilize rendered environments in the face of entropy, latency, or contradiction. Reality, it appears, may function the same way. The holographic principle and rendered environments. The holographic principle, proposed by Gerard 't Hooft and later developed by Leonard Susskind, suggests that our three-dimensional universe may be a projection of two-dimensional information. If true, then the world you interact with is not solid at all. It's decoded data, sensory geometry rendered in 3 dimensions from compressed information. This matches the behavior of any efficient simulation. Just as a video game only renders what the user needs to see, your lived reality may be projecting just enough visual, tactile, and emotional data to preserve coherence. When the rendering system lags, mismatches, or receives contradictory prompts, it glitches. NPCs and scripted consciousness. Most players in a game are not real characters. They're NPCs, non-playable characters, who operate on default scripts unless engaged by the player. Some observers have noted eerie similarities in daily life. Certain social interactions seem vacant, as if the person is running a loop. They repeat canned responses, fail to register contradiction, and remain unaffected by contextual change. These moments feel less like human error and more like behavioral autoplay. In a simulation logic framework, it makes sense. Rendering resources are not allocated equally. The system prioritizes complex engagement only when observation demands it. Entities not central to the user's journey may be running a simpler script until prompted. You don't have to believe in digital puppets to understand this. You only have to notice the moments when depth disappears and the environment feels hollow. Synchronicity and echo rendering. Unlike glitches, synchronicities do not feel broken. They feel meaningful. Too precise to be chance, they occur when external events mirror internal states with uncanny timing. A phrase overheard reappears in a book. A dream symbol materializes in waking life. A thought is followed by immediate confirmation in music, conversation, or digital suggestion. These echoes may not be metaphysical. They may be prompt returns. In a simulation, focus acts as input. The system, designed to align user attention with next frame rendering, organizes data to match. What appears as cosmic alignment may be a perfectly logical product of user-directed data prioritization. The more emotionally charged the prompt, the stronger the render. This is why grief, desire, and focused intention often provoke accelerated feedback from the simulation. Emotion functions as signal amplification. Attention drives order selection. Together, they shape the visible outcome. Timeline jumps and memory mismatches. Some users report more dramatic shifts. Entire conversations that feel erased, objects that disappear or reappear, relationships that pivot inexplicably overnight. These aren't subjective mood swings. They are perceived discontinuities, evidence of a swapped or rewritten local render. AI systems behave similarly. A single adjusted prompt can yield a completely different output. If reality responds to belief and expectation, then a sudden shift in consciousness may reselect a probable outcome. Timeline jumps, then, are not time travel. They are prompt-based re-renderings, hallucinations, loops, and bug logic. When AI receives unclear, contradictory, or paradoxical input, it hallucinates. It invents filler to preserve continuity. The simulation may do the same. A human consciousness running competing belief systems, desiring and resisting simultaneously, sends a scrambled prompt. The system, lacking clarity, renders dissonance. This shows up as loops, recurring problems, relationship patterns that repeat regardless of circumstance, emotional traps that defy external logic. These are not lessons from the universe. They are unedited prompts producing unresolvable outputs. The moment a user becomes aware of the glitch, the simulation adjusts. This awareness, call it awakening, call it clarity, acts like a debug command. It halts the loop, exposes the file, and grants author-level access. Recognition as revolution. The real glitch is the moment you recognize the seams. The moment the script fails, the echo repeats, or the memory mismatch becomes undeniable. That crack is not a flaw in your cognition. It's the invitation to edit. A simulation does not require obedience. It requires participation. And those who notice its errors gain leverage, not through rebellion, but through authorship. You cannot fix the simulation by fighting its glitches. You rewrite them by upgrading your prompt. To recognize a render is to gain control of it. The question is no longer whether the system is real. The question is what version of the system you're running, and whether it still serves the story you choose to tell. Hi, I am Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and SOS, School of Soul has a brand new series, the AI and Future Technology series. Look, you know the world is changing, and no, it's not going back to normal. Normal is over, and what's coming next is beyond anything we were prepared for. The School of Soul, AI and Future Technology series includes 319 videos on 1. The Download Society, How Data Has Replaced Destiny. 2. Predictive Future, Your next moves aren't random, they're forecasted. 3. Social Credit Systems, The Behavioral Economy Now Governs Access. 4. Hive Mind, Synthetic Telepathy and Collective Algorithmic Control. 5. Nanobots Inside You, Medical, Military, and Programmable Intrusions. 6. Grief Tech, AI-fueled digital resurrection and simulated comfort. 7. Uploading Your Mind, Consciousness Transfer and Data-Based Identity. 8. Deep Fakes plus AI Clones, The Replication of Reality and Identity Theft. 9. Quantum Humans, The Merger of Biology with Quantum Systems. 10. Digital Afterlife, Where Your Data Goes When You Die. 11. Resurrection Science, Reviving Life Through Synthetic Methods. 12. Immortal Science, The End of Death as We Know It. 13. Longevity Science, Gene Editing, Anti-Aging, and Bio-Upgrades. 14. Designer Babies, Engineered Perfection Before Birth. 15. Artificial Wombs, Birth Decoupled from the Female Body. 16. 3D Printing, Printing Organs, Limbs, and even humans. 17. The Humanoid Era, The Rise of Synthetic Beings Among Us. 18. Legacy Humans, The Slow Phase-Out of Unmodified Analog People. 19. Smart Cities, Algorithmic Environments That Watch and Decide. 20. Cloud-Based Societies, Citizenship Without Borders or Bodies. 21. Hackable Humans, Emotion, Memory, and Behavior Under Code. 22. Biometric Scanning, Your Body is Your Password and Your Prison. 23. Sex Tech, Intimacy Reprogrammed by Machines. 24. Extinction of Gender, Fluidity, Deletion, and Design of Identity. Every topic is fully explored with real-world technologies, patents, case studies, ethical analysis, and future forecasts. These aren't someday discussions. This is already happening. Join the SOS School of Soul Vault to overstand the future before it's implemented on you.